Okay, so I'm getting on a flight to Los Angeles soon, and I am now more convinced than ever that I won't come back anytime soon. That does leave a position with my clothes and stuff. It's I'm not taking that many clothes with me still because I haven't booked in. I don't want to be. I don't know. I don't want to take a huge amount of clothes with me. I'm taking a lot of clothes. I'm taking whatever the mini bag is and a rucksack, small bag or rucksack, but I'm not going to be taking more just because I don't want to. If I take lots and then get disappointed that nothing happens, it wouldn't be good. But I'm pretty convinced after. I don't know. I don't know if I know why I inspired. I was actually looking for that. I had a video clip of the be my baby, and the fan was going around and it said be my baby on it, and I was trying to find that song. That's what got me looking at the past videos. Because I knew I had a recording of that and I didn't know if it was on hidden or not, because I thought maybe, because I hid some videos because I thought they were embarrassing, and that might have been one of the ones, but I couldn't find it still, so I might have deleted it. I'm not too sure. Or maybe it's just somewhere in the mound. Um, but yeah, it was because I was looking for that video that I noticed that there was lots of other hidden videos, and then I was just kind of like, oh, what's that video? What's that video? And I know why I hid them, because my vocals is awful on it. But yeah, my desire to be a singer right now is just so not, definitely not there right now. Um, I feel okay, but I do feel very emotional because of all those videos, and just because of um, seeing what I was like back then and comparing it to now. Like, I'm the same person. I've gone through a lot more, and I'm trying to blank it out. But it's pretty hard because I went 26 years not knowing that I was a god, and I don't understand. If there was a wake up, why couldn't I wake up earlier? Why couldn't I wake up when I was 16? Or you know, and I I don't know. I feel like there is a reason. Actually, I know what the reason is. Sometimes when I'm talking on the camera, I can kind of feel like I get the answers better, but I feel like my reason to be here is to reduce the population by a huge amount, and for that to happen, I guess guys in their 40s and 50s would be the target range that I need to work with most. And therefore, if I would have been exposed at 16 and done a 10-year tribulation, I'd be 26. And yeah, 26-year-old telling 50-year-olds, the age range would have needed to be similar to my age. And I feel like, yeah, um, guys when they're 26 would probably be less willing to do that but guys who are 40, 50 probably have more um, experience with the world, and just kind of can see things from a more um, realistic point of view, maybe. And I also think guys in their 50s have less to lose. People in their that are younger, they have their whole life ahead of them, and so the thought of that is probably a lot more awful from them. Whereas guys in their 50s, 60s, guys, people die at that age, and therefore you're not really, like, not many people. Well, yeah, a lot of, I don't know, isn't like 70 or something the average age of death, and so I just feel like there'll be older people would be people more willing to take risks, or to make something like this happen, because it's sad, and it's sad that I'm looking back at the videos, and it looks like I know what's about to happen, only I don't. And I've always known that there was something wrong with my life. Um, like sometimes I really wanted to do something, and I would come and make a video, and I'd find myself not able to talk, or half sentences, or uh, you know I'd just give out CVs. I gave so many CVs out when looking for jobs, and I just got nothing back. And every time I was like, should I go out and just look for a job? Just walk into a shop, and my head would just be like, no, and then I wouldn't be able to do it. And it was just like, but I need a job. And it felt like I was being controlled by a voice in my head that was telling me no for almost everything. And yeah, I felt like I didn't even want to be on Big Brother when it first came out. The first series, I never watched Big Brother, the first series. It was supposed to be like back to basics, and everyone was supposed to love that one, but I don't really like Back to Basics. Like, I think Back to Basics is kind of boring, and I don't know, but I never watched the first episode. Everyone raves about the first episode. One, I think Brian won or something. I don't know, but everyone raves about that one. I don't remember it. The second one I didn't watch either. The third one I think I mildly watched. I'm sure that had Mackenzie or something in it. And then the one that I really liked was when Nikki joined, and I saw myself in Nikki definitely. Like, she was such a fun character. She made the whole thing seem so much better, and yeah, I related to the whole "I'm cold" thing. Her screaming "I'm cold." I'm like, yeah, I'm always cold too. And she was the character who really made me think I want to get in the show, because she was a very strong character, and she went in there and she just got so much attention. And my life, I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to do lots of things. I felt like I had so much creativity. I was watching so many films, and for every film, or not every film, but a lot of films, I felt like I knew the script off by heart. And that's a really weird thing, to have such a really bad memory that you don't remember what's really happened during your week, but yet you can remember. Or like, you can watch a film, and although if the film stops you wouldn't remember what the next lines are, but if you're hearing the watching the film line for line, you would know what the second line is afterwards. You would know what each character says next in their second line, but you can only do it when the film actually plays. As soon as And I can do the same with the songs. There's hundreds of songs. I'm probably not as good now because I haven't been listening to songs as much in the last few years, because I've been trying to stay away from music. But back when I was like 15, 16, something, there's so many songs that I could listen to, and I would, if the song was playing, I'd be able to know every word off by heart. And it was also weird how when I do that, I can hear the words so much more clearly. It's almost like I'm listening to something else. I'm not listening to the singer or the track. Because why would doing that be able to make you hear the words much clearer? I don't know, but it's just small things like that that I knew that there was something different about me, only I could never figure it out, and that was always very frustrating. And then when I saw Nikki on that Big Brother show, I was like, you know what, she's getting loads of attention. I think strange things are happening in my life. If I can get on a show like that, then maybe I'd get some sort of answer or whatever to what's happening. And yeah, and then I just never got that, and never wanted to get my hopes up only to be let down, because that just seemed to be happening over and over again. And I don't even want to talk about it actually, because it's making me a bit depressed. So um, positivity. Positivity is that it's now 8 o'clock, and I need to get to the station I need to get to the airport by 8. But I'm really anxious. What's the word? Anxiety. I'm feeling anxiety that I might miss it. Um, and so I'm going to get the 5 train, but I'm also feeling anxiety that I'm going to miss that, and so I'm going to try and get there really, really early. I don't think buses go at that time, so I'm going to have a half an hour walk or a taxi, and there's no way I'm getting a taxi. When I get to LA, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't want it to be a case of me having to literally make my way to the Big Brother house and just see if I can talk to someone to see if I can get in. I really don't want it to be that way, because I would feel like I'm trying way too hard, and I would never wanted it to be that way. I always wanted you to come and pick me up, and I don't know, I want to be guided into something like that. I don't want to just go in because I've just shown up at the door and knocked on the door or whatever. Um, but again, if that is what happens, or a van, I don't mind a van, someone with a van coming up saying, hey, do you want candy? And I can be, yay, and I can go in the van. I mean, that would be a kind of cool ending. Um, what other ending could there be? Just coming to my dormitory or whatever. I'm going to be staying in a lodge or whatever, to meet people, and then saying, "Hey, do you want to be on the show?" Or maybe walking down the street and accidentally bumping into like a film producer company that are just giving away a random free ticket to Big Brother, and I happen to be one of the lucky ones walking by the street, um, and then I go in. Something like that would be fun. You know, and it would also indicate that I'm not just a god, but rather just a randomer walking down the street, and I just happen to, I don't know, be at the right place at the right time. I mean, a lot of people become famous through the right time, and so I'd much rather to I do want to spend a few. I don't know. There's also another option of just getting to the airport and just someone being there and being like, "Hey, we'll come and put you on the show now." That's also a possibility. I do want to do some shopping, but I don't actually want to buy anything because I've got way too much stuff. And um, but yeah, I would like to see LA as a normal person because once I become famous, you can't really enjoy places as much because everywhere you go, you'll either have to be hiding or I don't know if you're going to be the world's famous person, being able to just be a normal person in LA is not gonna it's not gonna happen. But yeah, I don't know what the plan is. Um, all I know is I really don't want it to be a case of me having to literally make my own way to the Big Brother house and just knocking on the door and seeing if I can get in. Um, if that is what happens, I'm very, very disappointed. And it would 100% make me feel like there's no way um, people can, or everyone in the world can believe in me. And like I'd feel like that would be the most hidden way of me getting in and like me making my own way and doing everything all myself. I don't want it to be that way. I want help, and yeah, for me to have to walk into the Big Brother house would just be such an anticlimax to everything that I've done. But yeah, I don't know. Um, Worst case scenario is I come back and nothing happens, but I really don't think that's going to happen. And yeah, I I don't know. I'd like to feel like a certain amount of excitement going in, and not just oh look the door's open. Okay, great time. I wouldn't feel welcome there if that happened. I would want to feel like you actually want me in there and not that I've just gone in there because I kind of pushed myself in. But anyway.